Are you just starting out on your multifamily investment journey and want to make sure you avoid the most common pitfalls that most people make or fall into rather? Well, that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. So make sure you guys have a pen and a pad ready because I'm going to break down the top 3 pitfalls that most people fall into when getting started in multifamily investing. Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Paul Macaluso, the multifamily renegade. For those of you watching for the first time, I am a multifamily investor here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Have been investing in multifamily property by myself for over about 7 years now. Today's video, I want to talk to you guys about the 3 common pitfalls most people fall into when starting out with their multifamily investing. So number 1, people are looking in the wrong places. Now, a lot of people don't know how to source a deal for themselves. I personally source all of the deals that I have gotten involved in myself. I don't rely on any one single source to provide me these opportunities. I go out and hunt them down like a lion trying to feed their pride. And I suggest all of you out there understand how to hunt down a deal. You don't want to be dependent on just scouring the internet and looking in one particular source, or always going to the popular websites that are supposed to be where all of the inventory is. Some of the best deals you're going to find aren't online, okay? So don't fall victim to being lazy and just going on a computer and typing up, or going into a website rather and putting in a criteria and thinking that you're going to be able to source these deals. And if you're just getting started in multifamily, I want you to understand that if you think you're going to build a broker relationship with an existing multifamily broker that's seasoned and experienced in the market that you'd like to invest in, I'm sorry to say that that's most likely not going to happen. And the reason for that is most of these brokers have their A list of buyers already proven to do deals with them, and they feed those guys deals first. So if you're just starting out in your investment journey, it's going to be very difficult for you to get yourself established with a experienced broker that's in the multifamily space, because again, everybody has their A-list buyers list that they go to. Now, if you want to rely on brokers bringing you opportunities, I suggest you find a newer broker that has a basic understanding of what multifamily investing is and has a good understanding of what your particular investment criteria is, so they can go out and hunt the deal down for you or provide you opportunities to look at. Now, the second biggest pitfall that most people get themselves caught in when starting out in multifamily investing is not understanding how to underwrite the deals properly. Now, underwriting a deal is very simple, guys, okay? You don't need huge spreadsheets and a bunch of complicated software to understand whether or not a deal actually makes sense. If you can do basic arithmetic, you can add, you can subtract, you can multiply, you can divide, then you can get you can underwrite rather a deal and make sense out of it. There's a lot of times where I'm out in the field and I'll whip out my phone, or I'll just grab a piece of paper real quick and jot down some notes, and I'll be able to underwrite a deal and determine whether or not it's a winner or a loser. Now, depending on how you plan on taking down the deal is going to determine how you're underwriting the deal. Now, you can underwrite a deal just using a very simple method of understanding what the net income of that property is going to produce, or what the potential net income that property is going to produce. And again, to do that is very simple. You just need to be able to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. It's a very simple process. But depending on how you plan on taking down that deal is going to depend on what type of underwriting process after that you're going to need to use to make sense of the deal. Because again, if you're raising capital from partners, that deal might not make sense the same way it would if you were just portfolio building and buying it for yourself and trying to just add another property to the mix. If you're starting out, I don't recommend, and there's probably a lot of people out there that are going to disagree with me, but if you're a newbie to multifamily investing, I strongly discourage you from going out and raising money, because there's a lot of rules and regulations that govern the process of raising money and taking on partners. And if you're just getting started and you make a mistake in that particular space of the multifamily investment game and you shoot yourself in the foot right out the gates, it could fuck your whole system and your whole experience up. I strongly advise you to stay away from that. And again, there's probably a lot of people out there that are going to say, oh, fuck you, Paul. You don't know what you're saying. We're going to go out and raise money. I personally don't believe for your first deal you should go out and try to raise any kind of money. Just me. Now, the third thing that people find themselves getting trapped in and making the mistake of is when they actually source a deal, they underwrite it, they take on bad debt for that deal. And again, if you're finding opportunities, but you're underwriting them in the wrong way based on how you'd like to fund that deal, you're going to be taking on the wrong debt. And if you take on the wrong type of debt with your first multifamily deal, it could absolutely destroy you. Okay, so be very cautious on the type of debt that you're going to be taking on. Now, give you guys an example, I took on some very risky debt for the first multifamily property that I purchased all on my own, zero partners. It was me 100% in the deal. I took on a hard money loan at 12% interest, and I had to pay 6 points up front. Now, that's extremely expensive money. Great thing is that it worked out. I underwrote the deal fantastically. I knew taking on that type of debt, even though it was risky debt, based on the type of deal that I was getting involved in, the deal was going to be able to support that debt no problem. Okay, so if you don't find the right type of deal, or you get the wrong deal fed to you through some source one way or the other, you underwrite it incorrectly, you're most likely going to take on the wrong type of debt to take that property down. So you got to make sure that that's something that you guys are all taking into consideration to avoid all three of these pitfalls. Now, if you're just starting out, you need a system. Okay, it's very important no matter what you're doing in business, whether it's buying multifamily property or you're running a sandwich shop. Okay, you need to have some type of system that you're following. So what I did was I put together a 12-step multifamily acquisition success checklist, and I've dropped a link in the description below for you guys. It's 100% free. If you want it and you're just getting started in multifamily investing, I highly recommend you grab a copy of this. It's the same system that I used to go from zero to multi-millionaire, and it's 100% free. You have absolutely nothing to lose, and especially if you don't have a system and this is what you're doing or you're wanting to pursue, I highly recommend, whether it's my system or somebody else's system, you need to get a system to follow. So just to recap, the top 3 mistakes or pitfalls that most beginner multifamily investors make are: number 1, they don't know how to source deals themselves, or they're relying on the wrong environment to source opportunities. Number 2, they're underwriting these deals or not knowing how to underwrite the deal at all, and they're doing it the incorrect way. So either they don't know how to underwrite the deal or they're underwriting them incorrectly. And if you're underwriting the deal incorrectly, that leads us to common pitfall number 3, which is taking on the wrong debt for this particular type of opportunity. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. If you liked what I had to say, if you have an experience similar to what I just described, or you're just getting started and you want to ask a couple questions, make sure you drop a comment in the comment section below. And if you want to grab that 12-step multifamily investment success checklist, go ahead and click the link in the description below. Grab yourself a copy, 100% free. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so before leaving today. I try to drop 2 videos a week. So if you like what I'm saying, you like the content that I'm putting out, make sure you hit that notification bell when you subscribe. That way you're staying up to date on all the latest videos that I'm publishing. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.